Welcome back, where we honor 15 Black R&B singers, Tammy Terrell, Whitney Houston, Aaliyah, and more, whose music shaped our hearts. These women conquered charts, broke racial and gender barriers, and faced an industry obsessed with Eurocentric beauty standards. Some claim their pursuit of perfection through cosmetic surgery led to tragic ends, but their true legacy lies in their resilience, talent, and unbreakable spirit. Join us for a deep dive into their lives, from Motown's golden era to the hip-hop revolution, filled with untold stories of triumph and struggle. Stay until the end for a tribute that'll inspire you to keep their voices alive. Let's uncover their truth together. 1. Tammy Terrell, 1945 to 1970. It was born Thomasina Winifred Montgomery on April 29, 1945, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, was a Motown luminary whose soulful voice defined 1960s R&B. Raised in a musical family, her mother Jenny, a former actress, and father Thomas, a barbershop owner, encouraged her to sing in church choirs by age 11. She won talent contests at the Uptown Theater, catching the eye of Scepter Records. At 14, she recorded If You See Bill as Tammy Montgomery, inspired by Tammy and The Bachelor. Signed by James Brown to Try Me Records at 16, she released I Cried, but left after his physical abuse, including slaps and punches, scarred her emotionally. After recording Voice of Experience for Checker Records, she joined Motown in 1965, where Berry Gordy renamed her Tammy Terrell for marketability. Her duets with Marvin Gaye, including Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing, and You're All I Need to Get By, sold over 2 million copies, blending her warm vibrato with Gaye's smooth tenor. Her lesser-known solo tracks like I Can't Believe You Love Me showcased her versatility. As a black woman, Tammy faced Motown's Eurocentric beauty standards: slim figures, straightened hair, and lighter makeup. The original document alleges that in 1967, Gordy criticized her too flat nose, prompting a rhinoplasty in a Detroit clinic, where she awoke mid-surgery due to inadequate anesthesia, causing trauma, blackouts, and chronic sinus inflammation, claims unverified by medical records. She also endured abuse from Temptations singer David Ruffin, who reportedly struck her with a motorcycle helmet, exacerbating her stress. In October 1967, during a performance at Hampton-Sydney College, Virginia, Tammy collapsed in Gaye's arms, diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor. Despite 8 grueling surgeries, she suffered vision loss, paralysis, and severe pain, yet recorded Easy, 1969, with Gaye, reportedly from a hospital bed. On March 16, 1970, Tammy died at 24 in Philadelphia's Graduate Hospital, officially from the tumor, though the document suggests surgical complications worsened her condition. Nurses found a broken compact mirror in her gown, symbolizing her image struggles. Her death inspired Gaye's What's Going On, 1971, and her music, sampled by Alicia Keys and Jay-Z, endures, reflecting her resilience against abuse, illness, and industry pressures. 2. Lisa Left Eye Lopez, 1971 to 2002. It was born May 27, 1971, in Philadelphia, was the fiery rapper and creative force behind TLC, the best-selling American girl group with 65 million records sold. Raised in a volatile household with an abusive, alcoholic father, Ronald Lopez Sr., a U.S. Army Staff Sergeant, Lisa found solace in music, forming the Lopez Kids with siblings Raindrop and Ronald Jr., performing gospel at local churches. At 19, she moved to Atlanta, joining Tyan Watkins and Crystal Jones in Second Nature, rebranded as TLC with Rosanda Thomas. Her Left Eye nickname, from a compliment on her expressive left eye, was accentuated with a condom-covered lens or black makeup to promote safe sex. TLC's debut, on the TLC Tip, 1992, sold 6 million, with Ain't Too Proud Too Beg. Crazy Sexy Cool, 1994, sold 23 million, featuring Waterfalls, Creep, and Red Light Special, earning 2 Grammys. Fan Mail, 1999, sold 14 million with No Scrubs. Lisa's bold style, baggy clothes, colorful hair, challenged the 1990s polished image, but as a black woman, she faced media scrutiny over her appearance and behavior. Her volatile relationship with NFL player Andre Reeson led to a 1994 arson incident, where she burned his sneakers, accidentally destroying his Atlanta mansion, resulting in 5 years probation and a $10,000 fine. The original document alleges a 2001 breast augmentation for her solo album Supernova, causing infections and painkiller dependency, but no medical records confirm this. Tensions with TLC sparked her solo career as NINA for Death Row Records. In Honduras, seeking spiritual refuge post-Hurricane Mitch, Lisa was haunted by a van accident that killed 10-year-old Baron Fuentes Lopez. On April 25, 2002, her rented Mitsubishi SUV flipped after swerving to avoid a truck, causing fatal head and chest injuries at age 30. The crash was attributed to road conditions, not surgical complications. 3. Aaliyah Dana Houghton, 1979 to 2001. It was born January 16, 1979, in Brooklyn and raised in Detroit, was the princess of R&B, blending sultry vocals with futuristic beats. Discovered by Uncle Barry Hankerson, she signed with Jive Records at 12, performing on Star Search at 10. Her debut Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, 1994, produced by R. Kelly, went double platinum with Back and Forth and At Your Best. Her marriage to Kelly at 15, annulled in 1995, drew controversy. Collaborating with Timbaland and Missy Elliott, One in a Million, 1996, sold 3 million, with If Your Girl Only Knew and 1 in a Million. Her 2001 album Aaliyah debuted at number 2, featuring More Than a Woman. She starred in Romeo Must Die, 2000, and was cast in a Matrix sequels and Queen of the Damned. As a black woman, Aaliyah faced Hollywood's pressure to maintain a flawless, youthful image, navigating Eurocentric standards. Her tomboy chic style, baggy pants, crop tops, set trends. The original document claims a 2000 rhinoplasty and facial tightening for Queen of the Damned, causing fatigue and breathing issues, unverified by records. On August 25, 2001, after filming Rock the Boat in the Bahamas, Aaliyah died at 22 in a plane crash due to an overloaded Cessna and pilot error, killing all 9 aboard. 4. Minnie Riperton, 1947 to 1979. It was born November 8, 1947, in Chicago's Bronzeville neighborhood, was a vocal prodigy with a 5.5-octave range, renowned for her whistle register. Raised in a musical family, she trained in opera at Chicago's Lincoln Center and joined the Gems at 15, singing backup for Chess Records artists like Etta James and Fontella Bass. With psychedelic soul group Rotary Connection, she released Come to My Garden, 1970, featuring I Am the Black Gold of the Sun. Her solo album Perfect Angel, 1974, produced by Stevie Wonder, included Lovin' You, a lullaby for daughter Maya Rudolph, and Inside My Love. Minnie's natural afro and minimal makeup defied 1970s beauty standards favoring lighter skin and straightened hair. The original document speculates about experimental cosmetic treatments in 1976 to maintain her youthful image, allegedly causing health complications, but no evidence supports this. Diagnosed with breast cancer in 1976, Minnie underwent a mastectomy and became a spokesperson for the American Cancer Society, advocating early detection. She continued recording, releasing Minnie, 1979, with Memory Lane. She died on July 12, 1979, at 31 from cancer spread to her lymphatic system. Her songs, sampled by a tribe called Quest and Tupac, and her influence on Mariah Carey reflect her courage. 5. Vesta Williams, 1957 to 2011. It was born Mary Vesta Williams on December 1, 1957, in Coshocton, Ohio, was a soul powerhouse whose 4-octave range defined 1980s R&B. Raised in a musical family, her mother, a church organist, and father, a disc jockey, encouraged her to sing gospel at age 5. At 18, Vesta joined Ron Wood's band, performing at Woodstock's 10th anniversary in 1979. Signed to A&M Records, her debut Vesta, 1986, featured Once Bitten, Twice Shy and Don't Blow a Good Thing. Hits like Congratulations, Sweet Sweet Love, and Special from Vesta For You, 1988, showcased her emotional depth. As a plus-size black woman, Vesta faced relentless body shaming, with labels pushing diets and cosmetic fixes. The original document alleges a 1990 facial surgery, prompted by a partner's cruel comment about her cheekbones, led to infections and painkiller dependency, unverified by medical records. Vesta discussed her battles with depression and self-esteem in interviews, notably on Unsung 2010, worsened by industry pressure to conform to Eurocentric standards. Her 1993 album Everything and More included Always, reflecting resilience. Her electrifying 1987 Soul Train Awards performance cemented her stage presence. On September 22, 2011, Vesta was found dead in a Los Angeles hotel at 53, from an accidental overdose of sleeping pills linked to emotional struggles. Her influence on Mary J. Blige and her raw performances urge mental health support and celebrating natural beauty. 6. Betty Wright, 1953 to 2020. It was born Bessie Regina Norris on December 21, 1953, in Miami, Florida, was a Southern soul icon whose gospel-rooted voice resonated globally. Singing with her family's gospel group, Echoes of Joy, she performed at Miami's Lyric Theater by age 3. Signed to Deep City Records at 13, she released Girls Can't Do What the Guys Do. Her 1971 hit Clean Up Woman, number 6 Billboard Hot 100, made her a star at 18. Albums like Danger Zone, 1974, and Betty Wright Live, 1978, featured Tonight is the Night and earned a Grammy for Where is the Love, 1974. She mentored Joss Stone, Lil Wayne, and Trick Daddy, sharing her expertise at Miami's Overbrook studio. The original document claims a 1975 rhinoplasty, prompted by label pressure for a refined TV image, caused infections and vocal strain, unverified. As a black woman, Betty faced scrutiny over her appearance in the visual era, compounded by racial barriers in the South. Her 1972 Watts Tax Festival performance and 1984 duet Pain with Carl Dawkins showcased her versatility. Diagnosed with uterine cancer in 2019, she died on May 10, 2020, at 66, during COVID-19, which limited medical access. 7. Etta James, 1938 to 2012. It was born James Etta Hawkins on January 25, 1938, in Los Angeles, California, was a vocal titan bridging R&B, blues, and jazz. Raised by foster parents after her mother's absence, she sang gospel at St. Paul Baptist Church by age 5. Discovered by Johnny Otis at 14, her 1955 hit The Wallflower launched her career with modern records. Classics like At Last, Something's Got a Hold on Me, and I'd Rather Go Blind, 1967, defined her raw, emotive style. With 6 Grammys and a 1993 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, Etta's 1960s chess records albums, like Tell Mama, were iconic. As a black woman, she faced racism, body shaming, and heroin addiction, exacerbated by abusive relationships, including with a manager who physically assaulted her. The original document alleges a 1980 liposuction to meet TV-era standards, causing infections and weight fluctuations, unverified. Her 1961 Apollo Theater performances and 1989 comeback album 7 Year Itch showcased resilience. Etta battled leukemia, dementia, and hepatitis C, dying on January 20, 2012, at 73. 8. Florence Ballard, 1943 to 1976. It was born June 30, 1943, in Detroit, Michigan, was a founding member of the Supremes, Motown's flagship act with 10 #1 hits like Baby Love and Stop. In the Name of Love. Raised in the Brewster Douglas Projects, she sang in church and met Mary Wilson and Diana Ross through the Primes. Her gospel-trained voice anchored early hits like Buttered Popcorn, 1961. Berry Gordy's focus on Ross led to tensions, culminating in Florence's 1967 exit after conflicts during a Las Vegas performance. The original document claims a 1975 nasal surgery to revive her career, causing infections and breathing issues, unverified. Post-Supremes, Florence faced racism, an abusive marriage to Thomas Chapman, and alcoholism, living on welfare with 3 children. Her 1970 solo single Love Ain't Love flopped, and financial struggles led to eviction. She died on February 22, 1976, at 32 from cardiac arrest due to a blood clot, linked to liver disease from alcoholism. Her 1964 TAMI show performance and Dreamgirls-inspired story highlight industry neglect, urging fair treatment for pioneers. 9. Syreeta Wright, 1946 to 2004. It was born Rita Wright on August 3, 1946, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, was a Motown singer-songwriter whose delicate voice and creative genius shone brightly. Raised in Detroit, she sang in church and joined the Shorevettes, a local gospel group. Starting as a Motown receptionist, she caught Berry Gordy's attention, recording I Can't Give Back the Love I Feel for You, 1968. She co-wrote Stevie Wonder's hits like Signed, Sealed, Delivered, and If You Really Love Me. Her album Syreeta, 1972, and Stevie Wonder Presents Syreeta, 1974, featured Spinnin' and Spinnin', and a cover of the Beatles' She's Leaving Home. Her 1977 duet with You, I'm Born Again with Billy Preston reached number 4 pop. As a black mother of 4, Syreeta faced post-pregnancy body image pressure, compounded by Motown's polished image demands. The original document alleges a 1995 liposuction and tummy tuck to maintain her stage presence, causing complications, unverified. Her spiritual outlook, influenced by her Muslim faith, shaped songs like Harm Our Love, 1977. Diagnosed with breast cancer in 2002, she died on July 6, 2004, at 58 from cancer complications. 10. Mary Wells, 1943 to 1992. It was born May 13, 1943, in Detroit, Michigan, was Motown's first female star, paving the way for future acts. Raised in poverty, she sang in church and graduated from Northwestern High School, where she met Smokey Robinson. At 17, she wrote and recorded Bye Bye Baby, leading to hits like The One Who Really Loves You and My Guy. Leaving Motown in 1964 over royalty disputes, she signed with 20th Century Fox, releasing Use Your Head. The original document claims a 1966 rhinoplasty to fit TV-era standards caused vocal damage and allergic reactions, unverified. As a black woman, Mary faced racism and image pressure, performing at segregated venues like the Fox Theater. Her 1962 Apollo Theater performances and 1965 European tours showcased her charm. Financial struggles and a turbulent marriage to Cecil Womack led to bankruptcy. Diagnosed with laryngeal cancer in 1990, she died on July 26, 1992, at 49. 11. Natalie Cole, 1950 to 2015. It was born February 6, 1950, in Los Angeles, California, was Nat King Cole's daughter, carving her own legacy with 9 Grammys. Raised in Hancock Park, she sang with her father's band at 11, facing racial bullying at private schools. After earning a psychology degree from the University of Massachusetts, she signed with Capitol Records. Her 1975 hit This Will Be and album Inseparable went gold. Unforgettable, with Love, 1991, a tribute to her father, sold 7 million, earning Album of the Year. The original document alleges 2,000 liposuction and breast augmentation for MTV appearances, causing infections, unverified. Natalie battled hepatitis C, kidney disease, and heroin addiction, worsened by industry pressure to stay youthful. Her 1987 album Everlasting and 1991 Grammy performance showcased her resilience. She died on December 31, 2015, at 65 from congestive heart failure linked to kidney issues. 12. Aretha Franklin, 1942 to 2018. Aretha Franklin, born March 25, 1942, in Memphis, Tennessee, was the Queen of Soul, with 18 Grammys and 20 #1 R&B hits. Raised in Detroit's New Bethel Baptist Church, she sang gospel under Father Reverend C.L. Franklin, touring at 12. Signed to Columbia Records at 18, her 1967 Atlantic Records hit Respect became a civil rights anthem. Hits like Chain of Fools, Think, and Natural Woman defined her legacy. Her civil rights activism included performances for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The original document claims a 1975 facelift for TV appearances caused complications, unverified. Aretha faced appearance-based criticism, racism, and health issues like obesity and diabetes. Her 1972 Amazing Grace documentary and 1985 album Who's Zoomin', who showcased her range. She died on August 16, 2018, at 76 from pancreatic cancer. 13. Sarah Dash, 1945 to 2021. It was born August 18, 1945, in Trenton, New Jersey. Co-founded LaBelle with Patti LaBelle and Nona Hendrix. Singing in church, she formed the Ordettes at 14, becoming Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells. Rebranded as LaBelle, their 1974 hit Lady Marmalade blended funk and empowerment. Her solo album Sarah Dash, 1978, featured Sinner Man. The original document alleges a 2005 Brazilian butt lift for a labelle reunion tour, causing infections, unverified. As a black woman, Sarah faced ageism and racism, performing at segregated venues like the Uptown Theater. Her 1975 Nightbirds performances and 1990s gospel work with the Trenton Community Singers showcased versatility. She died on September 20, 2021, at 76 from a pulmonary embolism. 14. Wanda Young, 1943 to 2021. It was born August 9, 1943, in Inkster, Michigan, was the lead vocalist of the Marvelettes, Motown's first #1 act with Please Mr. Postman. Raised in a working-class family, she joined the group at 17 after singing in church. Hits like Don't Mess with Bill and The Hunter Gets Captured by the Game showcased her velvet voice. The original document claims a 1964 rhinoplasty to fit Motown's polished image caused vocal strain, unverified. Wanda faced racism at segregated venues like the Royal Theater and image pressure. After the Marvelettes disbanded in 1970, she lived privately, struggling with addiction. Her 1961 Ed Sullivan Show performance and 1963 album Playboy were pivotal. She died on December 15, 2021, at 78 from respiratory failure linked to COPD. 15. Whitney Houston, 1963 to 2012. It was born August 9, 1963, in Newark, New Jersey, was a vocal titan who sold 170 million records. Raised by gospel singer Cissy Houston, she sang at New Hope Baptist Church at 11. Discovered by Clive Davis, her 1985 debut Whitney Houston went 13x platinum, with Saving All My Love for You, How Will I Know, and Greatest Love of All. The Bodyguard, 1992, featured I Will Always Love You. With 6 Grammys, she starred in Waiting to Exhale, 1995. The original document alleges multiple surgeries, including liposuction and rhinoplasty in the 2000s, causing health issues, unverified. Whitney faced intense scrutiny over her appearance, battling addiction and a tumultuous marriage to Bobby Brown. Her 1994 Grammy performance and 2009 comeback album I Look to You showed resilience. She died on February 11, 2012, at 48 from drowning, with heart disease and cocaine use as factors. These 15 Black R&B legends gave us music that moved the world, but their stories reveal the steep price of fame. From Tammy Terrell's heartfelt duets to Whitney Houston's soaring anthems, they battled racism, beauty standards, and personal demons, leaving legacies of courage and artistry. Whether cosmetic surgery played a role or not, their talent shines brighter than any industry pressure. Let's honor them by challenging toxic norms, supporting artist well-being, and amplifying their music. Share your favorite song by these queens in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe to keep their stories alive.